Hello to all my day drinkers out there. I'm MartiniPictures, and I'm still pissed off from the last episode. Let's just pick up where we left off. Had to do a lot of this. Now, if I remember correctly, I had to do the one in the back first before I did the one in the front. So I have to... I have to have one that at least sets up with 3 in the back. Good. And then switch to lockpicks, and then I have to have one at the front. And this one looks harder. I'll remove that. I can have one set for 3 because it'll at least go through, and then switch to lockpicks, and then the second one for the front for 2. That was stupid. Why do I need all those other ones? What the hell? The wire's leading to this. But what is this?
I've not seen such a device before.
Activate the device by finding the correct positions for its switches. Nope. Is that it? That turns that on. But why? Huh.
The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here.
Oh. Now I get it. Wait a minute. Then how did the other cart get through? I get that it's more made out of wood and everything, but there's still some metal in that connects right to the horse that would have killed the horse going through it as well. Maybe the water didn't spread out as far at that point.
I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Smoke on the Water. Pretty good song. Women are now allowed to smoke in the public, the court declares. Today, Magistrate Adcox ruled that it is no longer a crime for women to smoke, for a woman to smoke in a public area in London at least. He then proceeded to discharge Mary Townsend, Edna Custer, and Elsie Watkin, 3 ladies who had been smartly arrested for smoking in Trafalgar Square. Share your conclusion with the constable.
An open bottle of cheap wine. A single glass containing traces of alcohol.
So it wasn't that long ago that this had happened. Obviously. That's how a lot of murders end up going if we're involved. Alright, now let's just run over the constable. Here we are.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh, yes. A murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map.
Okay, suspects found.
My poor leg.
Can't possibly be us.
Mr. Holmes?
I think I have a pretty decent idea who the suspect is. Oh. Could be a random pedestrian, angry and nervous, not wounded during accident, distant from the apartment. Not wounded during accident, distant from the apartment, could deliberately smash into wardrobes, cab driver. This gentleman right here. Close to the apartment, could deliberately disturb lifting mechanism, sprung cart driver, was injured during accident. Very close to the apartment, not wounded during accident, could be random pedestrian. And this gentleman right here. Very close to the apartment, in an ideal position to watch the square, was injured during accident. Nah, I didn't read the last one. Map of accident. Okay. This man was found not far from the flats where the electrical device is situated. Perhaps he had chosen the role of a workman to watch his victims in the square without raising suspicion. Now his leg was crushed. This man was injured during the accident. He is a local workman. He is a victim the same as the others. This man is beneath the window where the electrical device is. Perhaps he had the time to deactivate it before entering the street. Not a suspect. This man appears to be a passerby. He is in the middle of square, trapped by the accident. I want to stick with this one because I believe it's this guy that's just pouting in a corner trying to shave his tail. This man is a driver. No. It is obvious that he was occupied during the accident. It could not, yeah. Not possible at all. Not a suspect. He attempted to leave, perhaps because he did not wish to be seen by the police. He had the time to activate and then run away. Come on. Yes. Suspect confirmed.
No, it wasn't like that.
Really? Not a suspect. And then this guy would have to be.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Oh, do I have to select both of these guys?
No, it wasn't like that.
Really?
That's it.
Okay, those three are the most reasonable as suspect. Huh.
Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion. About Kate.
Determine who might be the suspect at this. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Okay, all of those are good and all. Resolve the murder at the square. That's first priority. Interrogate possible suspects. About to do that. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. Find out where the technical cab came from. Perhaps it is not too far from the street. That technical cab was over here. Scotland Yard. We'll head there first, just to interrogate and inspect the belongings.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
Oh,
What happened?
One of the suspects, a Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I,
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent for a couple of days. Can we keep this incident between us?
alright. Which one is the butcher? Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays and existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behavior in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. I believe I think I said to terminate. The Directors, Underground Electric Railways Company of London. That's red flag already, Jesus.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. The initials MB.
Mr. Butcher, we have most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, Great Ormond Hospital, London.
This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address. This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new. Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets. Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated.
That could handle electric. Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in your sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned a criminal path, but you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon. Okay, so this guy's already been convicted of previous issues. My life has changed. Thanks to Pastor Gordon.
My life has
And my
changed
faith.
thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith. Whiskey. Of poor quality.
At the scene of the crime, there was a cheap wine.
Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
And what's this? Oh, shit. Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that that despite your you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible. Otherwise, we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, Financial Director, Bank of England. I don't know why that would involve taking anything there.
Electrical wires.
Oh my god, there's... all three of them are connected to
A book.
electrical somehow.
Karl Heinzen's 1848 Der Mord with a bookmark.
Okay. Quite electrocution. What? The Rasco gang were killed by the electricity inside the technical cab. Let's see if this connects to anything. Nope. Okay. Deselect. Rebirth. Benjamin Fowler has... Oh, yeah. Difficult life and rebirth. Criminal in the past, Benjamin Fowler was a bandit when he was young, but has since changed his ways. Okay. More clues. Bank's debtor. Problems at work. Nope. Okay, so that clears up that, but it's just one of the many pieces for which we have in the future. That's the morgue. Don't really need to see anybody.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Alright, let's look at this. This is smoker, myriad worker, injured leg, religious, and gang worker. Dog tattoo gang member, but it looks like it's been removed. Maybe that's what the letter was about, him being part of the gang but didn't want to be anymore. Religious. Manual worker. Here's the injured leg. Yellow nails. Smoker. Yeah. Benjamin Fowler, a man of his 40s, is a manual worker. He is involved with the reconstruction work of the statue on the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. Mr. Fowler has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. Yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker. He is a religious man. Accident, yeah.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council. I swear it.
Electricity?
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing. I swear.
Yes, you swear it, I know.
A victim acquaintance.
Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it. I swear.
That's a lie. Dog tattoo.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot. I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Next.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
Okay, so
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
this is the guy that had his arms crossed. Like, why would you not just want to help? What did you see?
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep, there were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
I completely forgot to look at this guy. There's gonna be a little bit of a break from the last time that I spoke. I had to do something real quick. Let's see. He is poor, works with electricity. That's SHSLSIL something. He is ill. I can't tell what anarchist something. Paleface, he is ill. This badge, anarchist symbol, yeah. Worn clothes, he is poor. Silicosis? Don't know what that is about. Electrical burn, okay. Works with electricity. Thomas Garrett is an aggressive person who wears the symbol of the anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It is obvious that he is poor and his clothes are old and worn. Mr. Garrett exhibits black sputum, though, through his coughing, which is a symptom of silicosis. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals that he must work with electricity. Ill.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
It's only a cold. No. Black sputum.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Electricity.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How'd you know about that? You a mind reader?
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. And I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Gotcha. Alright. Let's look at some more clues. Problems at work. Mr. Fowler's work. Mr. Garrett's side job. Rasco Gang. Okay. Mr. Fowler's work. Electrocution. Not a specialist, Benjamin Fowler sometimes worked with electricity, but he is not a specialist and it is doubtful that he would know how to create such a deadly trap. Mr. Fowler's work, Benjamin Fowler has sufficient knowledge to repair electric lampposts, which could have enabled him to create the deadly trap for the cab. Benjamin Fowler, he's not a specialist, he says. Mr. Garrett's side job and electrocution. Insufficient knowledge. No, Mr. Garrett teaches electricity. He could have, yeah. Problems at work. Nothing. Banks, debtor. Electrocution? Nope. Gotcha. All of those are set up. Wait, what happens if I reverse these two? Nope, nothing. Okay. Excuse me. I was wondering if it would connect to anything later, but I know that these two are true. Okay, let's see. This is the guy that was complaining to the police with his broken leg. And this guy was the one that was standing all by himself. So the last guy who was the crazy one. Interesting. Well, crazy. Find the suspect who managed to escape from Scotland Yard. Let's see. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspect. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I can... Now that I think about it, there was one person who did pass away, so I can visit the morgue as... Never mind. But I didn't check the victims either. Their stuff. So... I guess I can... Let me go back to the accident area and see if, like, I can get the victims' stuff as well. There might be something. Okay, let's see. They've all been removed.
This is an absolute disaster.
You're no help at all. They're gone. The fire still hasn't been put out in here. Maybe I can just go to the Ormond Hospital. Oh wait, duh. That's where... Duh, I'm stupid. That's where the victims were gonna end up going to. I'm so dumb. Or was this where...
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Okay, yeah, so this was for the other person that had to run. Yeah, here we are. Judith Butcher.
Mr. Butcher's wife. A young woman lost her life.
Okay, Mr. Butcher, I can confirm that we are willing to admit your daughter into the care of our hospital. You are responsible for the travel expenditure, naturally taking all appropriate precautions due to the delicate state of your daughter. Additionally, we must attend to the accommodation costs and all medical attention. The final bill cannot be summarized within this letter. It will depend, of course, upon your daughter's condition, but I must warn you that the sum may be considerable. Dr. K.O. Medin, Karolinska University Hospital, Stockholm.
Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm.
Okay, got it. And then there was another clue. Seriously ill daughter, bank's debtor, electrocution, problems at work and... Okay. Butcher's problems. Reginald Butcher has problems at work due to his time off he has taken to visit his seriously ill daughter. Okay, and that has nothing else.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I've come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
Our pretty little Meryl. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now.
Alright, let's look at this. He looks ill himself. Jeez. Recently cleaned. Daughter's gift. He is married. Wallowing worker. was something. Something. I don't know what that is. Oh, wait. Now I understand what the fourth one is. It's railway worker. Because of this. Shabby, expensive waistcoat was once prosperous. That's the last one. Is married. Shiny shoes, recently cleaned. Maybe to get rid of mud. Daughter's gift, yeah. Reginald Butcher, a married man, holds the position of railway worker. He is depressed due to the illness of his daughter, of whom he is extremely fond. His shoes are shining. They have no doubt been recently cleaned. His expensive waistcoat, now in a shabby condition, reveals that he was previously a prosperous man. Mr. Butcher loves his daughter and is not ashamed to wear a children's bracelet to display his affection. Gotcha. Alright. Dialogue. The amount requested from the medical treatment was estimated to be considerable. Job.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
Letter from Butcher's job.
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see.
Cure. Technical cab.
Can she be cured?
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes. It's probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
Merrill Butcher. I think this is it. Yeah.
I do hope so. Although the treatment at the Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week. It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes. I have a daughter too.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes.
Technical cab.
Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Oh, yeah, this would have pointed to the name, Merrill Butcher.
Merrill Butcher.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Alright, the last things. Find out where the technical cab came from. Perhaps it was not too far from the street. Resolve the murder at the square. Examine the Resolve the murder at the square is just going to be there no matter what. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspects. I've looked at all the belongings of the suspects. Find out where the technical cab came from. Perhaps it was not too far from the street.
Shh. Meryl's asleep.
Okay, so I can't talk to him any longer.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
There might be a thing or two that I missed here in Scotland Yard.
Bobby, they will find
Can I help
them.
you, Mr. Holmes?
No, that won't help.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Nope. This must be the... yeah. Here's the victims.
Belongings of the victims. Rasco and his acolyte. A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Alright, let's read this. Mauricio Alfredo Vincent, probably. Also known as Rasco, leader of the small local gang, whose members can be identified by the gang's motif, a dog tattoo. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc. Gotcha. Pistol.
A Webley revolver. A standard deck of playing cards.
Okay, so it's a full deck.
A normal pocket knife.
And what's in here?
Rasco is fond of licorice. Huh.
Licorice is a sweet. This guy also had sweets in a tin. Whose was this? MB. I think this was Butcher. Wait, there was something to look at with this one still. Oh, duh, I could have turned to this page.
This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
You have to blow up half a continent to create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians party. You can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honor of exterminating 1 million barbarians is not a true Republican. I agree. Such clear-sightedness. Huh. Okay, so I've looked at all the belongings. Electrocution. Yeah, here we are. Complex trap. Reginald Butcher knows how to work with electricity because of his job. But that doesn't mean that he would be capable of creating a deadly electrical trap. Butcher's trap. Reginald knows how to work with electricity. It is his job. He would have been able to... yeah. Unfortunately, that's true. Bank's debtor, electrician, and anarchist? What? Anarchist ideology. Anarchists oppose the state capitalism and market relations, but Thomas Garrett is in debt to the bank. Gotcha. Electrician. Electrocution. Didn't I just look at that? Okay, so all 4 of those have been looked at. Interesting. Okay, now where do I head off to? Find out where the technical cab came from. Perhaps it was not too far from the street. Okay, I can go back to the accident area. I'll probably just like look around the area, but I won't be able to leave there, I don't think. I don't think I can walk around the stuff. So I can't go that way. This cart was coming from this direction. Oh, I can look at something more closely? Ooh.
Mud. Oof, smells bad. There was a collision here. Fresh paint, but from something else. The technical cab collided and stopped here. The lock was forced.
That's around. Snake nests and conspiracy. In the district of St. Victor, while in the act of demolishing an old house, masons have uncovered a nest of snakes which has spawned upwards of 100 squirming reptiles. These reptiles did inhabit the bottom of a well long since dried up. In the middle of the snake nest there was the skeleton of a child who had likely plunged down the well to his or her death. Surprisingly, the skeleton in question was still holding a red Morocco portfolio, which much disintegrated apart from one legible script of paper which read, "Do not reveal the plot." Huh. Alright, let's just go in. Okay, so we'll have to force the first one with a 3. Switch to locks with a 2. Switch to lock picks, and then this one. Alright, that passes the first one. Remove, remove, remove. I have to set up a 4th back here. Switch to lock picks. A 3rd right here. And let's see what this one will do.
There's no space for this lockpick.
Okay.
There's no space for this lockpick.
Interesting. So I can only set 2 in there. Switch to lock. And I can remove this one. Okay, so I have to switch this one out. This one obviously has to be in the back. That covers those 2. And I have to add 1 in the back. This should work.
There's no space for this lockpick.
Really?
There's no space for this lockpick.
Okay. Alright. We'll remove this. That's set there. That's set there.
There's no space for this lockpick. There's no space for this lockpick.
Why could I get away with 1? Why couldn't I can get away with 2 here, but I can't get away with a second one. Okay, so we'll remove... Hold on. We'll remove this. I can use this, right? Yeah, okay.
A workshop. Saleable items are produced here.
There's a whole bunch of mud.
Mud. Oof. Smells bad.
And it originates from over here.
It looks as though the carpet was placed here intentionally.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
An old access point to the sewers.
Go to the sewers. Not just yet. Is there anything up here that I can look at? Alright, now we're going in. Oh boy. Well, that looks like a prime spot to leave you guys left on a cliffhanger. All I can really say is if you liked any part of this video, don't forget to leave a like down below. Leave any comments for any videos you want to see in the future, and don't forget to subscribe as well as ring the bell to let you know when I post another video. But in the meantime, I'll be signing off. Rigatoni, guys, smash you.